Hey everybody! Hope y'all are having a good week so far. Mine's been actually pretty busy, so at least it's gone by a little bit faster than some weeks, so that's always nice. But tonight, it is time for some more hot, sexy power washing action. I seriously probably need to name one of these streams that at some point. Would kind of be kind of funny. Anyways, on Power Wash, we are making progress, thankfully. That's, of course, the one for finishing all jobs. And gotta get all the washers and stuff. But we've done a lot of these, like, easier, just simple miscellaneous trophies. It's just still more of, like, specific jobs, obviously, where we have to do things. And actually, I can go and delete all these images now because that's how I keep track of what I earn for the trophy videos sometimes. Or it's how I used to do it, but now that I have OBS, I don't necessarily need to as much. Because half the time I just forget to clean out my screenshots. Hey, Gorin, did I make progress in Death Stranding? No, not recently. I can also probably delete all these ones from Call of Duty, but I'm going to do that later. Alright, power washing time. I'm going to pull up the trophy list on PSN Profiles on my second monitor, so that I can keep track of exactly what needs to be done on each job. Okay, so, ooh, look at this. We have like 3 different jobs currently available. Well, gas station's the one that's almost done, so let's just continue and finish this one. It's almost done. I got pretty close to finishing it, so already got the miscellaneous trophy here. And then for a few of these other jobs, later on, there might be times where I just do some of it off-stream. Just because, like, if nothing's getting earned during it, wouldn't make as much sense. Okay, let's get back to the controls. Give it a longer nozzle. And we'll use yellow here. Oh, that was a truck. I was wondering what that was. That was kind of loud. Freaking truck came through. Guess that's the oscillating, I think, nozzle. Or, no, it's just like the turbo nozzle or something. That makes me think of, Super Mario Sunshine. This area looks like it needs some sudsing. Yeah, this area is going to need quite a bit of sudsing to get some of this stuff off. The soap is nice, though, because it highlights where anything is, which is definitely useful. Wherever the actual grime is, it tends to hang on. Alright, so once we get through this job, it looks like we have 2 more to do that are currently available, so that's good. I don't know what they are, so hopefully we get a little bit of progress tonight on trophies. I haven't played anything on the PS5 in several days, not since Sunday. I haven't really played anything because I've been busy just getting stuff edited, caught up on watching stuff. Through 4 out of the 6 episodes of the final season of Alice in Borderland, so 2 more episodes there. It's been a very interesting one so far. Lots of games, so that's always a good time. Hey, Robbie, in class right now, so be back on soon. Nice, nice. Don't fail your class just to watch me power washing something. That's the important thing here. Don't fail your class just to watch me power wash. Alright, that's clean. Yeah, the soap definitely helps in this game. It's not quite as useful as it was in the original, but it has its benefits, so. It's just satisfying and peaceful and fun to relax to. I wonder, I'm sure that people are, yeah, I know that people already have the Platinum. I'm wondering if anyone in here has managed to get the Platinum or get close to having it yet. Because I saw someone in a trophy group on Facebook that got it done. And I want to say that they said 44 hours. But I don't know if they did any of it solo versus co-op, so that's just the whole thing I'm not sure about yet is, solo versus co-op. And if that actually unlocks the trophies for everyone. Alright, that wall's good. Ooh, I didn't clean the back of this. That's an easy one. You're at work, at least it's third shift. Okay, yeah, hopefully it's not too busy then. Hold on. It's lagging a bit. Hang on just a second. Why are we dropping frames suddenly? Huh. Well, that's weird. Yeah, I'm dropping a good bit of frames. Hold on a second, guys. That's really weird. I don't know why it's doing that. I wonder if it's... I might have needed to update my OBS, which would be entirely my own fault, but... Okay, now I can't seem to get an internet speed test to work, so that's not a good sign. Okay, so I can't even get an internet speed test to work, so that's bad. Let me see if I can load one on my phone. This is weird. Which it's been acting up a little bit today, and it's really annoying because it's like, ever since DirecTV did some updates and stuff, they're now like, oh, we can now cap your data and stop you from being able to watch stuff at times. If it's congested or something, it just won't work right. Hardy, hardy, har. We know that you pay for it. I don't know if it's because there's a... It has been storming all day, so I don't know if that's interfering with it at all. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. I just tested it on my phone. That's not good. Hey, sweet. Took your first half of the physics exam. It was multiple choice. How'd you do? Or how do you think you did? Hopefully well. I liked physics a lot more than some of the other sciences, but it doesn't mean I was any necessarily good at it. It's always better with math and certain, other classes than with sciences. Okay, now it's going to run a speed test, thank God. Yeah, download speed's way below where it should be, but it's perfectly fine. Why is my upload speed so bad? That's really messed up. Just looking at your classmates' answers when the teacher wasn't looking. Tried to study, but some things you were forgetting. Okay, why are we dropping frames? Something's up with my internet. And that's not good. That shouldn't be something that's happening. Let me see if it's the... Is it storming right now and that's what's causing it? Possibly. Which is ridiculous. That shouldn't be an issue. Let me change the... frame rate on here. See if that fixes it. Not like it affects you. It's a Gen Ed class. Okay, that's not that bad then. That's good. Guys, I'll be right back. Let me reset my OBS real quick. I think I might have it fixed now. Well, actually, no, hang on. I might not need to. Okay, it looks like it's working now on OBS, yeah. It's not perfect, but it is working now at least. It's not dropping frames now, so hopefully we keep that up. Yeah, that's really annoying. I don't know exactly what I pay Spectrum $80 a month for when they can't deliver on the most basic of services. And that was just a really annoying thing they did where it's like, oh, hey, even though you pay full price for the services, sometimes we won't let you access them because it's congested. So very scummy, possibly illegal, but of course nothing's going to happen to them. Alright, it looks like it's working now. I'm going to get caught up on the stream. It seems to be working now. Yep, I just love Spectrum Internet. Really one of the scummiest companies on the face of the planet. Unfortunately, there's no other options around here, so it's the only thing I can use unless I'm going to go with Starlink. But I'm not sure that's really strong enough to stream with. Nvidia's stock went up a lot yesterday, and today it surpassed $200. Yeah, they just became like a $5 trillion company or something insane like that. I don't know if it was Nvidia or someone else. I think it was them. Alright, that's cleaned. Ooh, and that's clean now too. Awesome. Let's get this light done. Outer part done. More of the wall up here. So the soap is definitely helping on some of these, thankfully. Okay, so it is them. $80, you guys only pay 40 euros for premium internet and cable. And, like, mine doesn't come with cable. Mine's just internet. It's because Spectrum is a scummy company, and they're the only one around here that works, like, at all, so unfortunately we don't really have a choice here. Because they've screwed me so many times before, so really frustrating to deal with. And I mean, I get that sometimes the internet goes out from bad weather, I get that, but it's not bad enough weather for it to go out, so Nvidia, so might be entirely wrong, but I heard GTA 6's pre-order will be releasing next month. Ooh, interesting. That'll definitely be a pickup. Because that's going to be a day one game for me. Which, to be fair, Goran, I don't use cable anyway. I kind of haven't used that in a long time. I just use DirecTV. And their, like, streaming whole thing. Honestly, I think it's better in a lot of ways. No real need for cable anymore. Alright, we're at 91%. Thankfully, everything seems to now be working, so I still don't know why I decided to do that. Because it's the same frame rate I've always had it set at for games on here. Now I set it to a lower rate for stuff that I emulate. Because I don't know if it can run higher frame rates on that. That one, a lot of those games are probably capped at 30 FPS. Okay, that's saying pick up something, so ding. Lots of dinging. Ooh, I haven't cleaned the giant cactus out here yet either. This kind of reminds me of like an old Texaco station. I don't know if anyone remembers those. Ooh, that's going to be a bit of a problem to clean. Okay, honestly, I think the strategy might just be to lather up absolutely everything you can with soap and then clean it with that. I think that might actually be the go-to here. At least on jobs like this where it's so many little stains that are just so hard to clean because they're oil or something. Stock better skyrocket, I'm sure it will. Your dad needs it for NBA. Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't care about the NBA, but I do sometimes put on the NFL, even though I don't care too much about it. But college football and college basketball, always watching that stuff. And sometimes, like, tennis as well. Golf occasionally. Yeah, I think that the soap is definitely supposed to be the go-to. Because you can put a pretty good amount of it on the ground. Or just anywhere for that matter, so you can use a pretty good amount of it at a time. I assume it's that little meter next to it. Yeah, that's probably going to be the go-to on a lot of these, so that's probably how some people were able to do some of this stuff faster. Perfect. Alright, that's working. Yeah, that definitely is the strategy we're going to have to go with at times. It's definitely going to make things go a little bit faster, that's for sure. Or we can just possibly just use this turbo nozzle and just do it that way. That also seems to work. That was not clean yet. But yeah, I hope y'all have had a good week so far. I said before, mine's just been quite busy at this point. Am I missing stuff? Oh, up top. Sure am. Surprised there isn't like an aim-down sight feature on this thing. I'm surprised they haven't gone that far yet. We'll see if they add in a Powerwash Sim Battle Royale mode or something, since apparently Battlefield 6 just added a Battle Royale mode for some reason. It is the year of 2025, and I don't understand why anyone would add a Battle Royale mode into their game in the year 2025. Especially when EA was doing so well with Battlefield 6 and going to be able to crush something like Call of Duty. And apparently the trophies for it are just as bad as we thought they were. Something like 2,000 revives almost exclusive to those Battle Royale modes, alongside the nearly 2,000 you have to do for the base game. I don't know who thought that was a good idea, and whoever they are should immediately be fired and blacklisted from ever producing games again, because they just killed a game that was going to be really good, or they definitely did more damage to it than they did benefit. Sure, a few of the trophy YouTubers will be unhappy about that, because quite a few of them have been doing Battlefield recently, so... When Red Dead 2 launched, the stock went up 10% in the first 3 days. Oh yeah, and with GTA 6 it'll probably go up way more, like 20% or something. Yeah, I still don't understand why EA would choose to do that. Just seems like a very poor choice. Like they're trying to sabotage themselves. So I'm very thankful I never started the game, because that would be one heck of a boring grind. Even if there is a way to speed it up. I mean, I'm not a big enough online multiplayer fan anymore. Not a big enough Battlefield fan, even though I love Battlefield 1. And I had a lot of fun with 4 when we were going for the platinum in that a long time ago. Had some good memories of that with, like, Ghost and Killer and a few other people occasionally. And then, of course, there's the whole talk of how Halo is coming here to PlayStation, and we're literally getting Halo on the PlayStation before we get another Killzone game, or another Infamous game, or another Sly game. Which is just something that if you had said 5 years ago, even like 3 years ago probably, and said this, you'd been considered crazy and be sent to like a mental institution. So, it's just crazy. It is literally just, it's a weird timeline. Yeah, we're in a very weird timeline now. But I am going to be interested in playing that for sure, even if it has a lasso achievement or trophy to it. Because at least you can do that in co-op, and it would be something really difficult that I could add to the profile if I actually did it. Or if I really don't want to deal with that, I would just play it on an alt account. It's not a big deal. So we got this whole area right up there, so how does this place get this dirty? I mean, yeah, it's a gas station, but it seems a bit excessive if you ask me. So this seems to be the one area that I haven't really cleaned, and I probably haven't done much of the roof yet either, so we'll use soap on the outer parts, on these, well, not outer parts, dirtier parts. 250, so it'll be even more. Hey, Pikmin, watch streams in the middle of the night to watch some dude cleaning what you're doing, whatever you're doing with your life. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. It's just a stupidly fun, addicting little game. Just like its first game was. Yeah, we're gonna be better off just covering this whole back wall with soap, probably. This isn't even the back of the place. This is the side of the place. Xbox is done now. Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy. It is an insane timeline that we live in now. I wonder if this game's existence is gonna, like, inspire more people to go out and do power washing as, like, an actual job. That'd be, again, that'd be pretty crazy. Pretty strange timeline to be in. Okay, there's the floor. That's awesome. For the PS5 and Xbox launch, the Series X will be the final console they make. They'll be platinuming Xbox games like Gears and Halo 1. Gears, I don't know about. Just because it is such a grind. Like, me and the guys talked about it, but nothing ever really majorly came of it. And I've heard that some aspects of it might be broken as well, so Halo, probably, when it comes out. Mostly for the memes of having a Halo game platinumed on a PlayStation trophy account that's nearly as old as the Halo franchise. Actually, no, wait, my account is not as old as the Halo franchise, duh. It is an old account, so lots of memes from that. Forza, Sea of Thieves, Halo, and Gears of War are all on PlayStation now. Yep. I'm not sure if there are any other, like, major exclusives that we would get from them. Because I can't think of any other major exclusives they really have, aside from, like, they have Starfield. But I don't know if that's going to be winning any major awards here, so So I'd still like to play Starfield just because it's a Bethesda game, sort of like Fallout in space. Even though Outer Worlds kind of already did that, and probably did it better. Alright, spray everything here. Yeah, soap is definitely going to be the way to go on these more, like, baked-in dirt jobs, if you want to call them that. Jobs where there's just a lot more this harder to clean stained areas. Okay, that's cleaned, and that wall's cleaned. Let's go. And the back wall is nearly cleaned. And yeah, then the soap just refills over time, so you do have an infinite supply of it, so it makes some of this stuff a lot easier. All the satisfaction of cleaning. Starfield's next. That wouldn't surprise me if it officially is, but I feel like we heard about that long before we heard about Gears or Halo officially coming over. I haven't gotten this little corner done. And get that corner. And over here. Starfield looks like it plays similar to Wolfenstein. Might go for Gears if somebody's doing the plat with you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we sort of talked about it, but I'm not sure if it's going to end up happening. It's certainly on the table, though, as an option for someday if we really wanted to. Barrel's already cleaned. The crate is not, though. There we go. The crate's good, the wheel's good, air pump's good. Stop sign is not even an object to clean, surprisingly. And we're going to need to get this thing next. Can we just put it out in the middle of the road? Don't they respect the power washing business out here? Doesn't matter the fact 4 major game series from Xbox have come over. Oh yeah, probably then nothing will remain exclusive, even though, like I said, I can't think of any others. Yeah, I can't even think of any other exclusives that they even have to bring to us. I guess that also means, though, that Elder Scrolls 6, when and if it ever happens, that one will technically come to us as well, so that's good. Because initially I think that was only going to be Xbox and PC, but now that's going to probably come to us as well. Alright, that's good. And there's a little bit more higher up, so... yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's good knowing Xbox. Need to find a physical copy for Risen 1 to play it. Oh, there's a random ladder on the outside of this thing. Okay, cool. I get that whole one done. Awesome. And there's just a little bit more down there, I think. Alright, that sign's done. This bit of the floor. Alright, that's good. Canopy trim still needs more, and so does this part of the wall. Alright, let's get everything that's baked onto these picnic tables and get that cleared up. And get everything on the underside. I guess once we get these tables, all that should be left is the roof. Oh, didn't clean that part of the telephone. And that support's good. Outside of the table. Other support. And the bench. Okay, that's done. Next one. 94%. This is good. Yeah, I think after this, it's just that rooftop that we still got to get here. I get this area all sudsed up. And should have this table done in a matter of minutes, seconds, hopefully. And the Xbox players that have switched to PlayStation is crazy. They might release Sunset Overdrive. Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Sunset Overdrive come over here. Wouldn't mind seeing that one. How is there still anything on this frame? I thought I cleaned it pretty well. Oh, okay, never mind. Bought Oblivion a few days ago. That means PlayStation and Nintendo will have exclusives. True. Even though a lot fewer of our games are still exclusive these days, given that stuff like Spider-Man and I think The Last of Us and Ghost of Tsushima and that stuff has gone onto PC at some point. And then Nintendo will continue to have exclusives, because there ain't no way they're ever gonna put a Mario game on the PS5 or PS6. I get the top. I did not get a good sudsing on this, I don't think. Oh, we did on this side. It's just the table. Alright, perfect. That should be all the benches and everything, and all the Oh, the playground equipment is not clean, never mind. Thought I had the playground equipment done. Nintendo might fold one day. I very highly doubt that, though. Death Stranding lost exclusivity when it launched on Xbox, true. Hey, Spider, any big games you plan on platinuming this month? Hopefully, well, it's still technically October, so in November, I'd love to get, definitely will get Powerwash done, for sure in November. Yeah, I'll definitely get Powerwash done in November. Otherwise, maybe get back to working on Death Stranding. Have other retro games to play as well. Many, many more of those to play. It looks like we might just need the soap here again. Hey, Cassie. Haven't heard anyone buying the Switch 2. I don't know of anyone... I don't know very many people that have bought it. I don't know any in real life that have. Let's get that soccer ball out of here. I already got that trophy last time, so no need for the soccer ball to waste our time up here. Alright, get everything covered up in soap. And that'll allow us to finish off. Okay, yep, we're getting down to the last few objects, so we're starting to see the little things appear on screen. Good. tell us where these last few objects are. I definitely like that feature a lot. Get that little area. Get that area. And down there, get the interior. Interior's good. Lower part's good. Wouldn't count PC since technically anything can be played on it. Fair enough. Did the Switch 2 go down in price? I have no idea. PCS prices for Nintendo games are crazy expensive. True. The Switch 2 isn't that hot. Yeah, I mean, the console's, what, $450? Unless it went down in price. Which is just insane. I mean, yeah, it's portable, but doesn't only have, like, the power of a PS4. Not that desperate to own it just to play Mario Kart World and the new Donkey Kong game. Although I am excited to be able to play GameCube games on there that they bring over, some of those old sports games and stuff, even though technically I could just, you know, emulate those at this point. Yeah, technically I could probably just emulate those, but I'd rather play it on, like, the official thing, probably. Okay, got that. Get the pole. And another base. Ladder's not quite cleaned yet either. Ooh, the front of the ladder still has a couple of stairs that need some good cleaning. And that stair, and then whatever's underneath, I think, should be all that's left of that. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. That part's cleared. Underneath is cleared. That's good. I know I don't have any other good vocabulary for it. Okay, outer trim's done. All them dings going off at the same time. Oh, yep, this bottom one isn't quite done yet. And neither is that part, or... oh, nope, floor's good now. Now I can just clean off this upper area. Still only at 94% somehow, which is insane. We've been on 94% for a while. And upper parts are good. Lower parts are good. And there's still something else underneath, I think, that might... oh, it's this pole. Okay. I have no idea what's left on it, though. Thought I got the whole thing. Alright, there we go. And then it's blinking on this as well. Oh, yep, left a little spot there. Slide. A little bit up top. A little bit down here. Oh, you guys trying to ship all the stuff? So you have more time to watch the stream? Oh, okay then. Okay, if it's just you, but getting more matches on the dating apps lately. Because of winter season, a lot of people felt lonely this time of year. You hate winter. Let it always be winter. It's been like that for the last 2 years. And I hate the winter, that's for sure. And the apps have not been all that good to me recently, so... maybe it's New York thing. But it is going to be kind of a crappier weather year for us, I think. Like, they're predicting a fair amount of snow and cold, which, of course, some people love. I am not one of those people. I could definitely do without that kind of cold weather. I moved to the south to get away from most of that cold weather. Alright. With that good, most everything that's left is just up here on the roof. Yep, still got quite a few things to do up here, so... Get this entire back of this plate sudsed up. Man, it's still... Is there, like, an interior that I haven't even, like, touched yet or something? I'm starting to wonder that, because... Oh, nope, haven't touched this area yet. That explains. That explains why we're not done yet. Finished episode 3 of CSI, now need to do the last 2 episodes and the 2 miscellaneous trophies. Got it. Hey, TJ'd. Will I be playing Yotai? At some point. I'm probably going to wait until the Legends DLC comes out. Or whatever it's called, the Legends mode, the online. Gonna probably wait until that just to make sure it's not anything insanely hard. Because if it's gonna be something that I really don't want to do, then I'll just rent the game and play it on my alt account. I'm absolutely gonna play it at some point, though. Even though I still think from what I've seen, Tsushima was still a better game. This is what I was missing that whole time. Didn't get this roof clean at all. I've been on the PS5 for 2 days, keep falling asleep, nice. Ain't winter as well, it's been raining a lot in your area. No floods, though. It's been raining a ton here, but thankfully I haven't seen anything flood. But, it has been raining a lot here this week. It's supposed to clear up in the next day or 2. Which is fine. I mean, I don't mind the rain. It's just the problem is that down here, it makes everyone here an even worse driver than they already are. And South Carolina, I legitimately think, has the worst drivers in the entire country. If not first, then they're in the top 5 at least. People around here already don't know how to drive, and it gets far worse in any sort of rain or snow. It would be funny if it wasn't so terrifying. It would be laughable if it wasn't so actually terrifying if I didn't have to drive to work every day. Alright, got the star cleaned. And we're up to 99%, so almost there. Let's get some nice soap going. Yeah, starting to really like the soap. This stuff is really, really helpful on any of this, like, stuff that's really, really sticky or thick or... I don't know any way to say that without making it sound weird. Supposed to rain there today, but it did not. That's good then. People still can't drive for shit, especially in Canada. It's just... I can't believe how bad it is down here for even, like, the slightest bit of rain just screws everything up. And it's like how whenever there's going to be bad weather, everyone rushes out to the store to buy bread and milk. Which still makes no sense to me, because I've had this discussion with you guys before. What good exactly is bread going to do after once it gets old? Because it gets old fairly quickly. What good is milk going to do without refrigeration? Though I guess technically if it's going to be because of really cold weather and an ice storm or something, that's kind of a different scenario, because then you could just literally leave the milk outside and it won't go bad. The bread one still just doesn't make a lot of sense, because, like, what are you going to do? Just eat sliced bread for a week when there's no power? Just eat sliced bread for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? is probably not even the cheapest option. You're going for something that's shelf-stable and cheap. There's way better options. Like, you know, rice. I guess, well, I guess you have to cook that, so I guess it just contradicted my whole point. At least get something to fill your bread with and make it slightly more appealing. Some sort of condiments or something. Okay, the star's good. Oh, I wonder if the gnome... Nope, he's good. That's all cleaned. Funny is that at all the dating apps haven't gotten any matches on Hinge. I haven't had really any luck on Hinge recently in comparison to the other two, for some reason. I don't know if they must have done something to the algorithm to screw people over. Well, I convinced them to buy the plus mode, or whatever theirs is called. Alright, that's good. Sign is all... Oh, it's probably... Yeah, it's underneath. That's what we're missing. And now this side. Perfect. Alright, there should only be a handful of things left. Looks like this phone is somehow still one of them. And the soda... Oh, not the soda machine, the wall. The wall actually has a fair bit of stuff left on it down here. Now this cola sign can... Oh no, it's not the can, it's the... What's it talking about? I can pick... What can I pick up? Keeps showing that I can pick something up there, so... Oh, it was pointing at that. Okay, that makes more sense. It's always that last little bit that's the most problematic to find. It doesn't help that it's so bright out here you can't really see anything. Or you can't really see the pulsating areas. Okay, light's good. There's nothing else up there that I can see. This beam, though, still needs something. Yep, there's a spot. Oh, that handle. That was still quite dirty. Alright, game, you're saying this wall, but I don't know where that is that's still not clean at. It's the same color as the pulses, so that doesn't help a whole lot. Unless it's like up here, maybe? Oh, yep. There's a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit more right here, too, so... Count as the wall. Yeah, that's part of the wall. Oh, okay. I didn't even see that. Perfect. I didn't even see that part. Back side of this wheel. I think I see, yep, there's some on the tires, so let's get them. It's funny having the British spellings of everything. Alright, we are almost done with this job. The wall... Oh, yep. Just the whole spot right there. So now it's just the wall and the floor border. Let me bring the ladder over here. You can use stale bread for French toast. Oh, yeah, that's true. Or bread pudding, I think. Made a test stream and were able to get the voice to go through the headset. Very nice, very nice. Thanksgiving coming up. Heck yeah. I am ready to eat way too much food. I am very much ready to eat lots of good food. and probably gain like 5 pounds in a day. Not atypical for Thanksgiving, though. Okay, so it's not any of that then. It's just... I'm trying to figure out what exactly it's pointing at. Is there an interior that I can go in here? No, I don't think so. Gas station wall, gas station floor border. This wall? No? Oh, wait a minute. It must be... Yeah, it's this wall. Yep, that's where it is. I can still see a few little tiny spots on there. Now get the underside. Got it. Now it's just the floor border, whatever that is. She must be this red thing somewhere, but... yeah, so now I don't really see any spots left to clean, so... I'm spamming the button, so... Is it this? No, that's the roof. Oh, it's this thing, isn't it? No? It's the curb. It's one of these borders then, so... Yeah, it's just another gas station floor curb. Is it this? Oh, okay. So why is the... I don't know why the thing is pointing over there, because that's clearly not what it was. Well, that's weird. 2 sales on Mercari, a sale of Modern Warfare 2019, and a Funko Biddy Pop. Nice, nice. Yummy. Gonna make a test stream tomorrow with the mic, see how everyone's able to hear you. Sounds good. Have another sale once you make the listing. 5 pounds is impossible on Thanksgiving. You've gained 13 that time. 20,000 calories that day. I don't plan to eat quite that much. Okay, that took a lot longer than I expected. Like an hour almost. Needed water. Probably gonna play GTA 5 again. Oh, nice. Okay. Bandstand or mobility scooter? Oh, a short job. Let's do it. Let me make sure there's nothing specific to this one, though. Nope. Nothing for this one. So let's see if I can knock out... I know there's a couple of other fairly easy ones to do. Well, not necessarily the easiest, but let me see if I can find them. Using only the Urban X double turbo nozzle. I don't think that's the turbo nozzle, though, is it? Yeah, it's not the Prime Vista. We don't care about this one. Or is there one using only the adaptable nozzle, maybe? Urban X Double Turbo. Complete any job using only the adaptable nozzle. That's this one. Okay. So we're just going to complete the job using only this one, which should be quite easy. This seems to be finally an easy job. Had an event at college for some Halloween stuff. Ate like 5 slices of pizza. Had a bowl of mac and cheese. Nice. I had mostly just stuff from the freezer today. I don't really want to mess with this at all, just so I don't screw something up. I think I've already screwed up something like this in a previous job that was short, so... This seems like it's probably the shortest job in the game currently, so it's, like, even shorter than the dog one, so... The dog car, whatever it was, so this is probably going to be our best bet for some of these, like, complete a job in a specific way type of trophies. Wasn't panic eating, it was the best before dates were fast approaching. I can't stand waste. Okay, I missed several parts of that conversation, unfortunately. This is going to be sort of like the penny far thing in the first game that was by far the smallest, easiest thing to clean. I get the interior, so 72, 73. Alright, 76%. 78. Alright, already up to 81%. And got another little thing right there. This one, though, the one downside is you got to get pretty much every single inch of this thing cleaned, I think. That's what it seems like. Ooh, the seat's pretty dirty, so let's get that cleaned up next. Alright, already over 90%. Let's go. Nice quick job for once. I like it. I like having a few of these shorter ones just mixed in to break up the bigger ones. That whole area, interior, yep, we got it. This whole area around the key. Driving area. Area's still quite dirty, so is that. Ooh, those wheels still need a nice touch up here. 98%, that's good. All those satisfying dings, all the dopamine from it just comes flowing in. This is what people should be doing to get high. Instead of getting high on actually harmful things, get high by listening to the dings of power washing things. Now, if only there was a ding in real life. In fact, if I ever had, like, a power washing business for some reason, I think I'd have to implement the dings from this game into my job somehow. Like, anytime I clean what feels like a complete objective of something, use the chime on my phone or something, I don't know. Man, I can't believe there's still 4 plus... Okay, now there's 3 things left. Just the seat base and the steering column. So that's the seat base. That's the steering column. Oh, wait, steering column's done. Key. I don't know how did the key get that dirty? Okay, it's just this now. Just gotta find that last little speck of dirt. Or just run over it until it eventually... Aha! There's a little bit underneath there. And there we go, the adaptable nozzle trophy is complete. Easy enough, no problems whatsoever. Wish you could do that, but you would be full. I mean, I can eat 5 slices of pizza for sure, especially if they're not like, unless they're like gigantoid, like the ones at the place near where I live. Okay, easy job, let's roll. After all these sales, you're just gonna try to sell on whatnot. Sounds good. Sisters and you went to a Spirit Halloween, it was super crowded. Oh god, I'm sure it was. Okay, so before we go to another job, let's go check out the store. Let's see what we can pick up for our washers. Yeah, we have over $2,000. Can we get a new washer? Yes, we can get a heavy... Oh, no, we... Holy crap, that's expensive. Jeez, the professional one is expensive. That's a lot... Okay. That is a lot of money. And we have to own every single washer and attachment in the game, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out. I mean, there's really no... I guess... I hope that doesn't mean anything... No, nothing should be missable, because, yeah, as long as you buy everything... Just in case there's a risk of things being missable. I don't think they are, but... Oh! What's that? The surface cleaner and all of its attachments at one time. Oh, okay. So that's a new cleaning object. Interesting. Alright, we'll save the rest of the money for now until we can get the first heavy-duty washer. Although I might as well go ahead and buy the short extension for it. Whoa, what's that? Oh, you can, like... Oh, okay. So you can just, like, resell it if you don't want it anymore. So that's maybe how you get more money. Okay. Hate that Mercari doesn't add the shipping to bundle items. It does shipping for one item, which is super dumb. See the PS Plus games. Yeah, I saw, maybe a couple of games that I would want to get. Not a whole lot, though. We do have to buy a different cosmetic... Is there seriously not... We haven't unlocked any cosmetics for the washer, though. Okay, that's interesting. Whoa. It's like a UFO. Okay, that's kind of cool. Not gonna lie, we're gonna have to check that out when we go to the bandstand next. This one I know has an achievement or trophy tied to it. Just dressed as Ghostface, bought a Jason Voorhees mask with machete. Sisters just bought makeup and paints. Yeah, we got Stray and a couple of games I never heard of. Okay, the bandstand I know has a trophy tied to it, if I can find it in here. Clean the hatch last. Okay, so what is the hatch? I'm gonna mark it so we don't accidentally clean it. Ooh, yeah, this is gonna be one of those that's gonna be, potentially a little bit more annoying. Go up in nozzle size up to green. Yeah, this one could potentially be a little bit more annoying because this is one of those clean an object last type of challenges, so those ones are always a little bit more anxiety driven just because they're a lot easier to screw up by accident. And I imagine you're wondering how in the name of Herbert Heck our bandstand got in such a sorry state. If you've been too busy to stop by lately, I'll tell ya. It ain't my job to clean this unless it gets... Well, actually, it is my job to clean this. What am I saying on a power washer? If I can get this floor cleaned first around it, And you're allowed to get water on the thing that you clean last, as long as you just don't actually, finish cleaning it. I think I just did that last job without my upgraded power washer, despite the fact that I had the better version. So that probably made it take a lot longer than it should have. But yeah, we're getting Stray and a couple other games that aren't all that interesting. Hasn't Stray been free at some point? I swear I think that one's been free at some point. Or at least on really, really good sales. I swear it was free a few years ago. Because one of my friends had it then, and we played a little bit of it when I went to his place for a night. So I swear I think that one went free at some point. Maybe I'm just crazy, but I really think it went free at some point. Alright, yeah, things are cleaning a little bit faster with this better version of the nozzle. You just clean around the hatch as best as possible. Alright, so... And the hatch is all one thing, so that's what we clean last, so we're good now. Just don't clean any more of the central thing, and we're good. Alright, already 12% of the way done. That's good. We'll try out that surface cleaner at some point on one of these jobs later on. I think there's even, like, trophies tied to it, so... Probably, like, complete a job using only that. Which I'm not really sure how you can do if you got stuff that's higher up like this. It was on PS Plus Extra. Oh, okay. That makes sense, then. Yeah, I could have sworn that one had been free to some level at some point. So, of course, after we actually get a good month in October, that's what we get for the next month. I wonder if PlayStation Access got mass disliked over it or not. I didn't look at the comments on the video. Well, speaking of, like, big disliking stuff, Illusion's getting dragged a little bit now because he's now done 2 consecutive videos of, like, how to platinum this game told by a genius or whatever. And, like, it made sense and was kind of funny for Fortnite because that's such an insanely long platinum. But then he did one today for Black Ops 3 and he's getting, like, dragged in his comments and stuff. So I don't blame him because that's not really what we subscribe to see. We're there to see actual platinum trophies, not you talking about how to get the platinum without actually doing it. Especially on a game like Black Ops 3, where we're more interested in actually seeing you get the trophies. And I think he's using, like, exploits and stuff. He is doing Black Ops 3, but he's using exploits and stuff for realistic, which I didn't even know existed. It's like, come on now, realistic, yeah, it's hard. It ain't that hard. If you have the right weapon set up, it's really not that hard for the most part. Because you can just tank your way from checkpoint to checkpoint as needed. Especially, even if you're playing solo, you can do it that way. If you're playing in co-op, it's even easier. I would love to see him actually... So, OnlyFans sim video he did, yeah. That was... I'll admit that one was pretty funny. Not gonna lie, that was funny. Because that was like his most viewed video in a while. Like, I would love to see him play and live stream his platinum of Call of Duty Classic. That'd be highly entertaining, actually. That would be very much worth tuning into. This Classic is so much harder than both Black Ops 3 and World at War. That'd be pretty entertaining, I suspect. Okay, scrub the column. I'm going to keep that one object marked because I don't want to accidentally clean it. How was that allowed on PlayStation? I honestly have no idea, but then again, they said they were going to crack down on shovelware a few years ago, and they never did that. PSN Profiles found ways to crack down on it by, like, making it not show up on the website unless you enable a certain setting, which was a good step in the right direction compared to PlayStation, Sony. Because now we have those games where you can literally get, what is it, 24 Platinums for $5 or something insane like that. Those, like, Dunk Tricks bundles or Action Bundle or whatever they're called. It wouldn't be the best choice for like 100 platinum trophy speedrun, because there's still way faster ways you can do 100 platinums than that. But like, that needs to be in a stream that I do on my alt account, an extra trophy dumpster dive stream where we play that on my alt account and get like 50 platinums in a night on my alt account, because I am not polluting my main account with that stuff. I refuse. Yeah, those bundles exist now, so you can literally get probably close to 100 platinums for like $20. Cross-buy all the same games over and over again. Some degree of cross-save, I think, as well. Recently got the platinum for Powerwash 2, took you 42 hours. Okay. Got the urge to do another simulator game, but very nice. Glad to hear it doesn't actually take some insanely ridiculous amount of time. I was predicting like 40 to 50 hours for this one. Anthony, did you do any of it in co-op? Or did you do it all solo? Because I've seen at least one other person that said they did it in 44 hours, but I didn't see anything else beyond that on the post if it was done in like solo versus co-op. Because if it's 42-ish hours, even solo, it's probably going to end up... I mean, that's about how long the first game took. I think this one's nice with how nice it is about the soap. And, like, how useful the soap is in this one with it being unlimited. I think that's actually going to make a pretty big difference in this one and some of these jobs, even though I was kind of dumb about not using the right washer for a while. It's in here, I have okay shovelware on the profile, but nothing as bad as it is now. I mean, nowadays, the only time I will put shovelware on the account is if it's for a Platinum Dumpster Dive video, and even for that, I'm changing that around to where it'll only be, like, mostly done on my alt account. And if there are any good games in one of those nights, then I will do it on my main account later. Because occasionally in those dumpster dives, we'll get games that really aren't all that shovelware-y, especially compared to others, so those I don't as much mind, especially if it's one of those games I get for free at some point. Alright, already 40% of the way there on this job. Not too bad at all. Talking about the beam that's supposed to, like, save the town, right? It helped neutralize the mountain in the past, but what has it done since then? Probably kept the apocalypse from happening, actually. It probably has kept the volcano in check since then. If I had to guess. So I'm feeling like the volcano is going to be an important part of the story in this one, from what I've played so far. I mean, we've cleared probably a third of the jobs in the game at this point, or maybe like a quarter of them. Assuming it's satisfying until you go to grind the platinum, playing Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 Platinum, and it's a grind. It is a definite grind, Shanked. It is definitely a grind, but to me, I actually like this kind of a game, or this particular type of simulator. I don't necessarily mind grindy things in some games. It kind of depends on the game. Like, grinding stuff to me isn't as much of an issue as certain other types of trophies. There are other types of trophies that to me are a lot more annoying to deal with. I'd rather do a grind than, like, a multiplayer or an RNG type of trophy, any of that kind of stuff. Or DLC trophies, unless they're, like, a good DLC, which we sometimes get. And if the grind is at least fun and satisfying to me, I certainly don't mind it. Now, if it's something like, say, Slaughterhouse in Modern Warfare 3, that's a different story because that mode is so terrible. That version of zombies is so awful. And the amount of just unnecessary grinding it requires is insane. And we're almost at 50%. Let's go. Oh, yeah. So this is a much shorter job than that gas station. That gas station was hopefully the longest one we'll get for a little while. Well, then again, if we're doing a couple more jobs after that, including this one, then I don't know. DSP interviewed Wings the other day, and it was exactly what you expected. Mostly boring with some moments of them trashing each other. I watched like 5 minutes of it. Because Wings is so boring, honestly. Like, if he crashes out, it can be entertaining occasionally, but that's mostly why I just watch, like, Breaking Banquet. I think is the channel that normally does videos of him. And it's hilarious how that guy's videos get, like, 10 times more views than Wings' do. Because I'll only watch like a few minutes of his streams most of the time because, in all honesty, I don't have the patience for them. They're usually very boring, and it's just easier to watch an 8 to 10 minute highlight video. Did it solo? None of your friends play Powerwash 2, which is understandable. Fair enough. Fair enough. But that's good then, so doable in 40 to 45 hours solo is what I take from what I've seen from you and a couple other people that have done it, so really no worse than the first game, maybe even a little bit shorter than the first game. Definitely easier, though, because there's no challenge mode this time around to worry about, so definitely a little easier. That is a weird sound, though, it makes when you're scrubbing in between these things like that. It's a rather odd sound that I don't particularly like. And get that upper part. Upper part's good for what I can reach in here. Get the light. And get the other side of these. And that's the interior of that. Let's get the next lamp post. And now that progress is starting to slow down quite a bit. All the easy stuff is cleaned. Outer Worlds 2 $100 Premium Edition will punish you for buying it. Wait, what? $100 for... Well, I mean, $100 for like a special edition isn't really that surprising. Because in 2015, I paid $300 in 2015 money for the Juggernaut Fridge edition of Black Ops 3. Now, granted, that probably has a lot more to it than the Outer Worlds. That was also 10 years ago. I'll play Outer Worlds 2 someday. Just like I'll go back to Outer Worlds 1 someday. It's just really never been a high priority because it's all single player, so I don't have to worry about servers going down or anything like that. When it's situations like that, it just isn't that much of a priority. Because when I first started going for that platinum, it was back when I started going for, you know, trying to clean up a lot of games on my profile, or I had started maybe a year before that, and I still had a lot of online-based games to go. Nowadays, of course, there really isn't much in the way of cleanup left, which is just crazy to think. Like, really, all the doable cleanup left is, like, Shadow of the Colossus, Outer Worlds, this and Death Stranding, which will both get done at some point, and then GTA 5, if I ever decide to try and go back for the Criminal Mastermind trophy again. I don't know, I need to see if there's, like, groups out there, if there's people that will just, like, carry you through it. People that are good enough that they can just carry you or something. Same with DSP's trolls and detractor channels, they get way more views than him, which is still pretty funny. I gotta say, that's actually pretty funny. When they have a fraction of the subscribers and stuff. It's known as the consumerism flaw. Oh, so is it like a negative trait in the game if you buy that edition? Which that is actually funny to a degree, but at the same time, like, I get why they would do it, but at the same time, that'd be a little bit frustrating to pay more for the game and get punished for paying more for the game. Like, that would be a little bit obnoxious to actually pay more for it and get less for your, or get a harder experience because you paid more. I would think there's probably a way to turn that off somehow. That just seems like a bit of a strange choice. Even though, I mean, I fully understand why they did it, given the game's messaging and all, but... okay, there's a little bit left right there. Not bothering with Criminal Mastermind, screw that. I mean, again, like I've always talked about before, I would have done it. Or at least I would have kept going for it, but I got screwed over by an incompetent teammate that was just deciding to dick around when we were literally halfway through the 4-player version of it. And then it only screwed me over. It didn't screw them over. For some reason, I was the only one that, despite backing out on time, didn't have it work correctly. And I was the only one that got their progress reset, and it's because that one dude decided to mess around and cause us all to die, so that kind of killed any motivation I had for doing it. Now, if I knew I could get in a group that would actually do it, and actually not just mess around like that, or if there was a way to get carried through a lot of it, which, I mean, I can hold my own in GTA 5, at least I could, back at that point in time. Like, for example, in the next-to-last mission of the third act of the Doomsday heist, you have, like, a stealth bomb, not even a stealth bomber, it's like an AC-130 or something. One player has to pilot it, and the other 3 players have to take out a bunch of targets, and the pilot also has to hit some of them with the bombs. And the first time I ever completed the Doomsday heist, I was the only, like, half-capable pilot of the entire group. And I managed to carry us to victory through that. Like, yeah, it took way longer than we would have liked it to have. But even so, we got through it because I could pilot enough. I could pilot well enough to get us through it, so... I can hold my own in some aspects of GTA 5. And I did everything in that game without really being carried through any of it. I did boost a little bit of the multiplayer, namely the, like, win every game mode thing, because that one was kind of hard to do even back then. Slaughterhouse Trophy in Modern Warfare 3, still have to do it, be lucky if you have 5,000, let alone... Yeah, that trophy is not fun. Like, it's not hard, it's just extremely boring. Because it takes like 30 hours alone just to grind that one trophy. That was not a fun experience. But of course I had to do it because of their Call of Duty HQ thing. So the floor's almost clean. These areas are getting close, so about 75% at this point. And now the columns. And we probably have to clean off the roof of this thing as well, so that's probably going to have quite a bit of dirt on it. Okay, we got that. Get that up to 80% real quick. All the dings, so much satisfaction. All that satisfaction. Alright, 78%. Recently catching up on the Barnyard streams, loving it. Reminding me we once got 800 points on the Mailman minigame once. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, that was a fun completion, but I also did the easier version of the game where there's nothing really to worry about. It's basically just 100% complete the game, which I've done many times. Maybe not many times, but multiple times. Yeah, that's the easier version of the game. There is another version, but it's harder. The other version has a bunch of mission-specific trophies, and you can only attempt them once. And I mean, I grew up on the Wii version of the game, of all things, so a few infamiliarities for me. Yeah, that series was a lot of fun. That was one of those really fun retro games. Okay, so we've got the tops of these pillars that still need a bit of cleaning. At least a couple of them. Obviously saving that hatch in the middle for last, and let's start cleaning the roof. The dirt even flies off in a more satisfying way in this game, like it's more, I guess, tangible, more able to see it. Let's go down to a lower nozzle here because we're going to be up close and personal now. All those dings. All those dings. Surprised there isn't a trophy for getting like 5 dings in less than 5 seconds on any job. It's so satisfying. It must be listed as a trophy because I command it. Let's see. Any tips for the Slaughterhouse trophy? I would say there's a few different ways to farm it. There's certain contracts that if you activate them, they just keep infinitely respawning large amounts of zombies. I can't remember which contract type it was, though, but there were certain ones that were better for that than others. That's one idea, and then another way you can do it is you can farm at the extraction point, but at some point they actually made that method a lot less efficient because they changed the spawn rates of the zombies at extraction points, to where you can still get a fair amount of kills at an extraction point, but nowhere near what you once could, and it's not really efficient enough anymore. And other people suggested, like, at the end of maybe Act 1, there's a chance to use a bunch of turrets to do a lot of the kills, but that one's a lot harder to set up because you need specific items for it. And you have to play, you know, parts of the story of that mode that no one actually really wanted to play except for the hardcore zombies people and hardcore Modern Warfare people. Yeah, it's just a grind. I mean, again, it's not a difficult grind, it's just a grind, and it's just an extremely long one. I would say maybe just, like, go for, like, 1,000 to 2,000, go for a couple thousand kills a day so you don't burn yourself out on it. If you go for a couple thousand kills a day, you can get it done in, you know, 25 days. You can get 2,000 kills a day, get it done in 3.5 weeks without completely burning yourself out on it. I think I was going slightly higher numbers than that, probably more like 5,000 a day of just heavy grinding. It got very boring very quickly. Because I had less than 10,000 by the time I had done all the other trophies. Is that... Oh, nope, I missed that part. Thought I had this one. There we go. 94%. Get that on up to 95 here. And is that... Yep, that's done. Decoration down there. Another trim. Alright, so the roof should get us up to like 98%, I think. Probably another pillar or two that we didn't fully clean. You get 15% cheaper vendor prices, but you sell things for 10% less. Okay, that's actually not that bad of a punishment. Because you can probably still just hoard items to sell them if you really needed to. It's like with some of the Fallout games, it was super easy to make money. Like with Fallout 3, it was super easy to make money in that game and just like hoard it. So it didn't really matter how bad sell prices were in some places because you could just sell so much stuff that you could make a lot of money, especially with the high barter skill. Okay, so everything up there is done. It's probably a few of these, like, columns and decorations that aren't cleaned yet. You know what? Let's go ahead... Oh, nope, not that button. Hey, Secret Underdog. You're all good, man, and trophy progress is going good. Okay, so column pedestal. I don't want to switch to that, though. Should be able to get it with a longer nozzle, or I can just climb up. Keep hitting the wrong button. I don't like that it switches your washer whenever you hit that button, though. Let me disable the hatch as well. I don't want that to be tracking. And, yep, there we go. Oh, there is still something up top that isn't clean. Okay, I thought I got everything up there. Hey, Layan. which you'll be able to in this game too. See, dialogue gives you a flaw that gives you less XP. Oh, okay. Heard a few people have had trouble with the hatch trophy as well. I haven't had any trouble with it so far. It's like, I'm hoping that's not going to be a thing that happens. Okay. So this thing. Okay. Now we just need the ridge up here. Or is it the up? Okay, it's the upper ridge, I think. I hope this one doesn't give me any problems. Oh, it's one of these. Oh god, it could be any of these. Okay, this time the arrow's actually working. Alright, well, let's hope the hatch trophy works now. For me. Apparently it might be problematic for others. Oh, nope, we got it. Love how the bandstand has a hatch just in case the band is tanking and needs a quick getaway. Hey, there we go, I'll take it. Battlefield 6 multiplayer trophies done. Nearly done. Got 15 out of 17, just 2 left, including the revives. You can still get trophies in a lobby that has bots in it as well. Okay. Clean the eyesore, which is number 46. Some kind of house. Okay, that's good then, but Leyen, are you excited about having to get another 2,000 revives in the new Battle Royale mode in a game that was released in 2025? Hope you're excited for that. This makes me glad I never started it. Okay, what is our next trophy? Actually, let's go ahead and sync them so I can get an updated list on my computer here. 44%, let's go. Alright, let me go ahead and update my profile. You're testing your mic, literally cringe, sound like a 14-year-old. You definitely sound weird the first time you hear yourself. It takes getting used to. I've gotten completely used to myself at this point, but you have to get used to it. Alright, that's updated. And what's next? The Nouveau House. I don't know why my accent changed from attempted French to attempted Southern, but mention it since they said on their Instagram page people are having. Okay, then. The gnome seats did bug out on me. I did have problems with the gnome seats, just because I couldn't get them to actually sit in any of them at first, but it eventually started working for some reason, so I have no idea in all honesty. Okay, no trophies tied to this job, so we are good to clean. Wishy, you know that house you're cleaning, right? No? What should I know about it? Am I gonna die by cleaning it? Is it gonna anger a bunch of old ghosts or something? Okay, I love how he says that and then just completely leaves it off with no further explanation. It might have an axe murderer inside, and if I get axe murdered, then my family will sue this other person for not telling me that. And make several $1,000,000, I hope. I have no idea where I'm going with this joke. But does that mean our name is Wishy-Washy or something? Which I think you could have come up with something maybe a little more creative than that in terms of an actual name, unless it's just a nickname, potentially. Then again, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe it's a British thing. Who knows? This is like a British game. And you see things described with, like, British lettering and stuff. I can't do Battle Royale trophies because you didn't do Blackout trophies back in Black Ops 4. I don't blame you. Don't have a problem speaking, it's how you sound. Well, like I said, I think it's just the fact that you're not used to hearing yourself speak. And once you sort of get used to it for a while, it becomes a lot more, like, normalized, I guess you could say would be the right word. Because when I started out, I actually was a straight-up squeaker when I started out, because I was like 13 when we recorded our first videos, and I hit puberty a little bit later. I didn't really hit till I was 14 to 15, so I unfortunately hit, at least in terms of the voice dropping aspect. The legendary lawyer. Apparently they were all set to take down the mayor years ago, but after being foiled by a dirty jury, he got so disillusioned they went into seclusion, and has been there ever since. Okay. So a lawyer that, I guess is a good lawyer, got screwed over by corrupt courts and juries. Probably paid off by the evil mayor or the evil billionaire guy from the first game. I'm going to guess that's where the story's going to lead to next. Right, we're over 13%, so this job doesn't seem too awful. Sadly, no trophies tied to it, though. And get that little okay, perfect. November PS Plus games announced. Yep. Just to get used to it. Yeah, just get used to it and you'll eventually not have any issues with it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I sounded like I was a straight-up squeaker back when I started out. If you go back and listen to my earliest videos on this channel, that were recorded on a camera without a tripod, for that matter, for the first, like, year of our recordings, I sounded like I was, like, 4 years old. Like I said, I hit a little bit later than some people did, so at least in some ways. I actually knew a fair number of people that also were, I guess, later on the voice aspect of it. The voice dropping aspect of it. Nowadays, I have a deeper voice than a lot of the guys even that I know. And I can go much lower. It's probably part of the reason I wasn't really good at singing. I mean, I just have no musical talent, in all honesty. Should ask Xavion if it's okay to be there. Oh, so no one got permission from the homeowner to clean his home. Yeah, this can't possibly end badly. Never get the bad side of people. I mean, I would think he wouldn't be mad about getting his house cleaned for free because he's apparently not the one paying for this. I guess the city is. And again, I guess that means that his tax dollars are going toward it, so I don't know. Because I guess tax dollars are paying us unless the mayor's paying us out of his own pocket. I don't know, I'm overthinking the lore, aren't I? There are some games I'd like to master on retro achievements. Oh, there are so many of them. Really just a lot of those old Nickelodeon games are a lot of my main targets. Maybe some old Mario games, some old Mario sports games and stuff, and Mario parties. Like Mario Party 4, I know it's a tough mastery, but it's a pretty uncommon one, and that was one of the ones I played really heavily. Now, if we get Mario Party 8, because that's a Wii game, if we get Mario Party 8, that is 100% going to be something that I go for the mastery in, because me and Lizard Guy have, I don't know how many dozens, if not hundreds of hours clocked playing that game. Probably not hundreds, but many dozens of hours are clocked playing that game together. Now, speaking of Lizard Guy, maybe we do, like, Tak and the Great Juju Challenge together would actually be pretty fun. Because that's a really, actually pretty fun co-op game, and the list is actually pretty reasonable from what I remember, compared to some games. There's another couple of old Lego games that I want to do, namely Lego Batman is one that I still need to do at some point. I don't know about any of the Lego Star Wars ones that I haven't done yet, though. It's like, I think they're even harder than the original Xbox versions. Like a lot of no-death achievements without being able to use red bricks or ghost characters. I don't know if you finished yet, but some later levels do have stuttering frame drops. That would not surprise me, actually, Anthony. That wouldn't surprise me at all. I could see that being a possibility on some bigger levels. Hopefully they'll get that fixed, though, in patches by the time we get to them. Love Mario Party 8? Okay, yeah. It is. That was one of our absolute favorites. Like, when it comes to Mario Parties, I never really played 1 through 3 because they were before my time on the N64. Xavion Lesage, it's an honor. We just want to make sure that we're fine being here today. I think we're about to get chased off with a shotgun, aren't we? Or we're going to find a dead body inside. Oh, no, he's alive. I meant that when you first started working, I was tempted to open a window, holler Pearson versus Kinski 1975 at you, and get you escorted from the premises. Well, I don't know what that is, because I'm not a lawyer. He's actually enjoying the ambiance. See? Even the recluse enjoys some good power washing action every now and again. I don't know if that's a real court case or not. If anyone wants to look that up, feel free to. I'd be very surprised if it is, but I don't know. Maybe it is. The other side of these pillars. The Mario Party 8, we're playing Super Mario Strikers on the Switch 2 library. Ooh, that game's fun. Actually, that game's fun, but I think that game gets, like, really, really hard on the higher difficulties. And I think it's got a pretty tough retro achievement list. Yeah, like Mario Party 1 through 3 I never played because they were in 64 and that was a little before my time. Played a lot of 4. I did beat the story mode a couple of times, but never, like, finished off every single character. Because there's 8 characters you have to beat it as, and I think I only ever beat it, like, twice. But do enjoy that game a lot, especially some of the mini-games in that one. 5 I never really got into. Never really got into 5. I owned it, but never got into it. 6, I actually did enjoy a lot. Played a lot of 6. Never 100%ed it either, but played quite a bit of it. 7, I enjoyed, but I don't think I played as much of 7 as I did of 6. 6 was the one where they introduced the mic. 7 brought it back. Yeah, the GameCube mic attachment, that was something. I'm assuming you won't need that to get the retro achievements mastery for those games. Not that I'm going to go for them, though, because Mario Party 6 literally has like 200 achievements. I'm not even freaking joking on that one. I think that one's got like 200 achievements. It's a pretty insane list. It's not one that I have the time or the patience to go for, and probably not the skill either. And then 8 was probably the one that I clocked the most hours in, me and Lizard Guy playing it over the years. Dirt Finder, our mutual cleanup of the county continues apace. How soon can you get to the recreation grounds? Ooh, a blimp. A Zeppelin. I'll be there probably in like half an hour. Depends how long the last like 10% of this job takes. Yeah, I played the crap out of 8. 9 I never played. 10 I actually did play in college because I was the only person I knew that had a Wii U. So I actually played 10 back in college, because I had the Wii U there, and we played a little bit of 10 at least. Because that's what we were playing those Wii games on that we were getting from the GameStop when they still sold them. And then, on the Switch, I 100%ed actually the first one on the Switch. Like Super Mario Party or whatever it was called. I actually 100%ed that one, which I'm surprised about. Then, I didn't play a ton of the second one, but I did play some of it, and then I have not played much of Jamboree just because I haven't had anyone to play it with. That was the first one of the modern era that came out at a time when I wasn't dating anyone, so I haven't really had anyone to play it with. Isn't it kind of weird that we're getting another Mario... We're getting a Mario Tennis game? Really? Didn't we literally just get a Mario Tennis game on the first Switch that I never played? Because, like, don't get me wrong, I liked Mario Tennis on the GameCube, but in fact we're getting another one of those, but they won't give us another... No, but they did do another Mario Soccer, I think. And the newer Mario Golf is pretty fun. But, like, why have we not gotten a new Mario Baseball game? The original Mario Baseball game is fantastic. And what about all the other sports? Like, we've never gotten a Mario American football game for some reason. I don't know why. Because, honestly, like, that seems like it would be such an easy choice to do. It'll make a ton of money. Protecting the manner in which you clean the first 49% if you intend to do a thorough job. Interesting. I don't know exactly how you could have guessed that, but alright. Gonna be some weird guy that joins in later on into the story, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know why we can't get like a Mario American football game or something. Or another Mario baseball game instead. I'd much rather have that. I'm sure we'll get another Switch Sports type of game at some point. Because I actually own Switch Sports now, I just have barely played it. Remember the only Mario basketball game we got was on the DS. I owned it, but I only played it a little bit because I didn't really like it back then. I mean, it was a DS game, so I didn't play the best, so I'd be curious to play it in the modern day if I can find my DS in the GameSport and stuff. Yeah, if we're gonna get Mario Sports, like, we really need a Mario American football game. Is one thing we absolutely need. That'd be so much fun, in all honesty. That'd be so much fun to play. And another Mario basketball game would be great. Another Mario baseball game would be great. But they've got golf and tennis and soccer covered for now. I wonder what other sports would translate well into the Mushroom Kingdom. They've obviously had, like, the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. They've had, like, 3 or 4 games like that. I would assume that we'll probably get a new Smash Brothers on the Switch too, like, in another year or two, I would think. Even though for me, I was always... It's weird to say this, but I was always a Brawl player rather than Melee. Like, I owned Melee, sure, but I was always much more of a Smash Brawl player, me and Lizard Guy were, because that's what we sort of... Not necessarily what we grew up on, but we would play that one a lot more together than Melee. Never as big into Melee. Yeah, there's so many other things on Retro Achievements I want to play, and a lot of it's just those old, like, Nickelodeon games and stuff. Generally not super hard to do. Generally, like, pretty fun games, even if they have, like, one difficult achievement somewhere. It's like, obviously, like, Barnyard gave me no problems, and really the first, like, 3 games I did gave me no real issues. Fairly Odd Parents game had, like, 1 difficult achievement in it that kind of annoyed me. And then... Okay, those are good now. Then, fifth game, I think... Was 5th game the Scooby-Doo one? Yeah, I think 5th was Scooby-Doo, which... royally pissed me off at several places with some really BS-ery achievements. Now we're working on Clock Tower, PS1, and the easier version of Scooby-Doo as a redemption story, which was very fun for the first stream, which I might be able to finish that in one more stream if we're really concise about it. We'll see, though. We will see. Have no idea why we didn't get a new Mario Baseball. Yeah, I can't figure that one out. Like, that is a easy choice. Same with the basketball, though. And, like, baseball makes even more sense because baseball is actually really a big sport in Japan. Compared to something like American football, basketball is a big sport there. Or, no, not basketball. Baseball is a big sport over there. I mean, when we were there were baseball fields everywhere. So baseball, like, they're probably one of the biggest adopters of baseball. So it would make sense that we would get another baseball game at some point, but apparently not. Because the first Mario Baseball was so much fun. I never really played the second one because it was on the Wii. I own it, and we played a little bit of it on the Wii U, but not significantly. A lot of the time, when we were playing just the random Wii games, we were playing that Pongia game that I always joke about. That's like Super Swing Golf Season 2, but we always called it Pongia. Not a particularly bad game either for a $2 bargain bin game. Let's see if that one's on Retro Achievements, actually. At least just to emulate it or something. That'd be an interesting one to play at some point. This is actually not a half-bad golf game for what it was. I mean, I wouldn't mind another new Mario Golf game either, because I love Mario Golf, and I actually really enjoyed the one on the Switch. I did not play the new Mario Tennis, though, on the Switch. I haven't played that one. I haven't bought it either, so didn't really feel much of a need to at the time, because it's never on sale. And why are they adding, like, didn't they add Virtual Boy games? Like, isn't that one of the things they decided to do, was add Virtual Boy games to the, like, streaming service they have through their premium service, whatever the hell it's called? I don't actually know what it's called, because I don't particularly care, but they had, like, Virtual Boy games for some reason, which is a choice, to say the least. Definitely a choice that I don't really understand. Yeah, it's a lot of old, like, Nintendo and Nickelodeon games, or a lot of the old ones I definitely want to do on RA at some point. There are the other Clock Tower games as well that we need to do at some point. Because the SNES or like the original Clock Tower shouldn't be that hard, because if it's close to Rewind, then I should be able to do it without any major issues. As long as the controls and stuff are responsive enough. And realistically speaking, I could probably finish one of those games in like 4 hours if I really wanted to, in like a single stream. Because their achievement lists are close enough to the Rewind version, so it's like a bunch of miscellaneous actions, but your main things are getting every ending and a handful of other little secrets and such. Virtual Boy because everyone asked for. Yeah, I don't understand that one at all. Didn't play the Mario Switch tennis game yet either, then they decided to make another one. Maybe I'll pick up the new one at some point. I mean, I used to play tennis actually pretty heavily, but I wasn't bad at it by any means. Just was never like a top player on the team or anything like that. I honestly had a lot more fun being a team manager, because it meant like still get to be a part of all the trips, still get to be a part of the awards and stuff, but only have to do like a fraction of the physical crap, and not be stressed about losing competitions. Several hairs from a British short hair have transferred from your person to my windowsill. Uh-oh, he doesn't like cat hair. It appears you still have possession of the mayor's cat. Wait, what? Why do we have possession of the mayor's cat? Was that a plot point in the first game that I don't remember? Okay, whoever person was calling about the Zeppelin next, we're getting close to being ready to go to you. We're at 72% here. Still several large areas left to clean, so... Yeah, I don't fully understand some of the Mario Sports choices, why they wouldn't have tried to do another baseball game especially, or another basketball game, or an American football game. I'm trying to think of what other sports they would potentially make. They could try cricket, but I don't think that would go over too well in America, for the American audiences. I'm not even sure that would go over super well with, like, European audiences. Trying to think of what other sports are big that they haven't really done anything for. I still remember Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. I actually still have the dance pad. I found it in my grandparents' basement last time I was home. Which gives me terrible ideas for potential challenges in the future. Not necessarily like retro achievement challenges, but just like a bizarre Fallout or Call of Duty challenge run. I'm not sure it would work, but it's something that I have to think about at least, now that I have a computer capable of doing stuff like that. Imagine controlling everything with the freaking, with the dance pad. That'd be like controlling it with... That's probably worse than controlling it with the Donkey Kong bongos. They had a Mario Sports Mix game on the Wii. Oh, I don't remember that one. Cat went missing, but was hiding in our van in the first game and just decided to stay with us. Well, it makes sense, because isn't the mayor kind of a piece of shit in this franchise? Possibly. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I didn't know we got a Mario Sports Mix. I don't know anything about that. I feel like I vaguely remember the existence of it, but never played it. Yeah, I can think of some awful ideas to do with the dance pad. Can you platinum Crypt of the Necrodancer using an actual dance pad instead of a keyboard? No, I'm not that sadistic. Maybe if I won the lottery and had infinite time and money, I would consider it. Consider the slight idea of that, but I still don't think it would happen. Had volleyball, dodgeball, field hockey, and basketball. Okay, so they had a few other ideas. Like, we've gotten volleyball in Mario Party games. Like, there's always been volleyball mini-games in the Mario Party games. But yeah, baseball to me, alongside American football, seemed like the two most obvious things that they could make. The mayor's been demanding Ulysses back. Okay, so that is the cat. Yeah, those are the two that really make the most sense to me. Official transfer of guardianship. If not, he would have a case. Oh, yeah, because this guy is a lawyer, so... Now, if we have an official thing of guardianship, we should be fine. Well, that's good. He's given us free lawyer advice for cleaning his house. We're getting paid and getting law advice. That's like me with my job, in that I get paid and I learn medical stuff. For free. Well, I mean, I get paid to partially learn some medical stuff, too. Approaching 85% already, so yeah, this job hasn't been too bad. Not as complicated as the gas station one, no, like, crazy built-in dirt for the most part. Random leaves falling. Finally back, started a new class today. It was a long class. Ooh, what class was it? I remember that. We'd have some classes that would just drag on forever, and the ones that also had, like, labs that you had to go and do. Which could sometimes be quite beneficial to the grade. Like, that's the only way that I really passed chemistry in college. That was the closest I came to failing a class in college by far. And I passed it because I was in a really good lab group that was far better at it than I was. Which for me, it wasn't even it was basically a gen ed for me, because at Clemson at the time, you were required to take one of the science classes, and like remembering back to high school, chemistry had been the easiest of the three main options: chemistry, physics, and biology. Well, sure as hell not going to touch biology with a 12-foot pole. And physics I actually did enjoy in high school, but it's hard. And at a school that's focused on like engineering and stuff, I expected it was going to be equally as hard or worse. Chemistry seemed like a good option, but unfortunately it was a very challenging class. And the teacher was pretty bad too, which didn't help, but not the easiest of class. Well, I'm glad I never have to deal with any of that stuff again. Even though there are things I miss about the college days. And clean the top off. That actually ought to be all of this thing. Yep. Up to 87%. Okay, yep, that's good. Oh, nope, there's still more down there. Never mind. I have no idea if I'm probably not supposed to clean this way, but it works, so it's fine. And let's get the underside. Ooh, we still got a couple of big balcony areas to clean. Well, we're about to hit 90%, so yeah, not too bad of a job. Not too bad of a job compared to the gas station. I feel like even the gas station, like, wasn't the only long job we've done so far in this game. Okay, the trim's clean. That's good. The door might need a little bit of soap, but that's fine. 91%, let's go. Yeah, might need a little bit of soap here, which is totally fine. All them dings, though, they are sounding good. I love those dings. The rest of the floor, perfect. And the underside there should be another almost. Yep, there we go. 93%. I'm liking it. All them dings. They sound so satisfying. This game isn't for everyone, but love how relaxing it is. And yeah, it's the same for me. It's like, Obviously, not everyone is a fan of this kind of a game, or this game in general, but, like, I love it. I just think it's calming. I think it's just very fun to play. Very de-stressing, very just satisfying. Which is why I title that in all the videos at this point. Until you get down to, like, the very last little bit of dirt you need to clean and you can't figure out where it is. In that case, I can understand that one being more stressful. You get down to that very last little bit of dirt and you can't figure out where it is and it starts driving you crazy. And this one has, like, improved graphics with the dirt and with the water and everything. It's like the water runs down the glass and down the walls and stuff. And there might still be one more of those that isn't fully clean, but we can go back for it. Let's position to where we can get the rest of this. Perfect. Now the interior, yep. Oh, that's good. The glass seems to... Oh, no, the glass is not good yet. Okay, now it is. 95%. I like that. We still have this back area to clean that I haven't touched at all, really, except for what I could get from upstairs. See how close this can get me to that 100%. I'm sure that I'm still missing a few small things here and there. 96. $97. 98. Except it's not 98, I prematurely celebrated. So many dings. So many dings. Alright, this is about the last thing on this job, so this is good. Gonna be getting off to that Zeppelin here soon, which I'm assuming that one will probably have an achievement or a trophy since this one didn't. It's so weird, I call them trophies for so many years, and then I start doing retro achievements, and now I want to call them all achievements. Looks more cartoony in the first game. Oh, okay, at least to you or something to that effect. I don't know, I think this one looks... I think this one honestly looks better in a lot of ways. 99%. And the last few objects are now showing up on the marker. Okay, another screen. And, okay, the wall still has something left on it. Okay, that right there. Yep. Down the side there still has some. Okay. A little bit on that. So what was that even pointing to down here? A little trim on the bottom. Sometimes it's like little almost invisible specks of dirt that you can't even see. All them satisfying dings are great, but still don't have the final 3 objectives on screen. Yeah, still don't have those final 3 objectives on screen, surprisingly. There can't be that many left, though. And there's still, like, 7 of them. What's left up here? Oh, one of these, okay. Then something down here. Oh, yep. Sure is a little bit left. I'm still saying the roof, but... Okay, there it goes. Alright, we're down to the last 3. Let's go. The entrance wall and 2 things on the sides. Ooh, yeah. That is a bit dirty, so... I guess we're going to use the scissor lift here. It's here for a reason, so... It's probably not needed, but regardless. Letting everyone know that you'll be live streaming tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Very, very nice. I still don't have the official name of the other channel. If you don't mind, even if you can't share the link, just type the name of it in the chat. Because I still don't have it. It's like, anytime you try to post it, I guess YouTube just doesn't allow it for some reason. It's just being a problem because it's YouTube. Probably just a lot of it's YouTube being YouTube. Oh, nope, it's this thing. Alright. You've reached the Powerwash point cap. What does that mean? DSP's just gonna have some chill and meaningful conversations. Okay, you know what? I am gonna... literally screenshot that so it doesn't... I don't keep forgetting it. So what do I do with power washer points? Like, what can I spend those on? Or do they even serve a purpose? Can I use them on anything? Oh, they're used for cosmetics. Okay. So those are for cosmetics. Well, since we maxed them out for now, might as well buy everything that we can. Yeah, might as well buy what I can. Max that out, so... Oh, and they're for furniture as well. Okay, that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. And I still don't have other things for the washer yet, surprisingly. And we have some money now, but we don't have anywhere near enough for the heavy-duty washer, so we got to keep saving for that. Just start buying stuff from Bricklink from here on out. Had to buy a pair of Legos for a specific minifigure. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get some shelving. That's a very odd way to power wash. Alright, let's add in a bit of shelving. Surprised there's not a trophy for, like, getting every single piece of furniture or anything like that. Because it would give you a chance to just wash a lot more small objects. Almost a little bit surprised they wouldn't do that. I don't know how much I'd call this futuristic, though. I mean, it's just metal, isn't it? Is it really anything all that special? Also sounds different in here. I get those bottom corners. That upper shelf. And let's get the backs. %. Probably just the top now. And these upper shelves. Alright. Now where are we going to put this futuristic bit of shelving? Might as well put it right here. Alright, got some shelving now next to everything else. Cool. I'll worry about that other stuff later. That's not super important. Play with the kitty cats. Okay, our next job is the airship. I don't know if it has a trophy either. I don't think it does, though. I'm double checking. Does not look like it does. Okay. So it's another normal one. Alright then. I'm going to use the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back. And from there, we will continue our power washing adventure. Hopefully get through one, maybe two more jobs tonight. Alrighty, let's get going. Airship time. This appears to be a big one. Oh, and if anyone was curious about the whole smoke alarm thing that I was talking about during the update, I did get the freaking thing to stop going off on me, thankfully. It was the one in my bedroom. But as if that wasn't bad enough... Oh, would you take a look at this curious collage of befoulment, Dirt Finder? We must have flown through some kind of dirt cloud. Spotless when we took off. Did you fly over the volcano or something? Is that going to be the twist here? Extra weight from the dirt, we were lucky to make it. Yeah, if anyone was curious about that, I did get the first one to stop. And it was the one in my bedroom. But then literally in the middle of the night, and like when I woke up early the next morning, a different one stopped working, the one in the extra bedroom. But of course by then I had no D batteries left, so couldn't replace it immediately, so I just shut it up by taking it out of its holding area. And then getting a D battery wasn't as easy as I thought it would be, because the Food Lion has a bunch of batteries, but they were out of that particular type. In fact, they really only had like AA's and maybe AAA's. I don't see a lot of the C and D batteries out. So I managed to get it from a random Walgreens, but probably had to overpay for it because of that. But you know what? It shut my smoke alarm up, so it's okay. And it got it working again, which is more important. Yeah, that was an adventure earlier this week. I swear, everything in my house makes weird noises for no reason. Like, my oven sings a song when it's done preheating. My dishwasher sings a song when it's done washing. My dryer is extremely loud and obnoxious when it finishes, but I managed to dampen that at this point just by keeping the doors upstairs closed. Still, though, you can still kind of hear it, so... So I gotta figure out if there's a way to disconnect that. There's gotta be a way, because I'm sure I'm not the only person that's super annoyed by that. What else makes noises in the house? I know a couple other things do. Coffee maker doesn't, air fryer doesn't. I know something else does, though, and I'm forgetting which one it is. I don't think it's my toaster oven either. I don't think that one makes noise. So I'm pretty sure there's one other thing that makes noise, but... this one I can't remember what it is. Alright, this job is actually going a little bit faster than I expected, so this one might not actually be that bad. This one might not have that many segments to it, in all honesty, because each of these seems to not be an individual segment. They all seem to be like a combined thing, so... and get the engines, which are nice and close to the ground. Yay! Starting to ding again. I like that sound. Yeah, there's way better water graphics in this game with cleaning stuff and the water just running down it. That's definitely improved. Ooh, so some of those are individual panels, though. And get the lower railing, 17%. Surprised this isn't more like rusted on or anything. I guess they did say it was a new bit of dirt, but still. But in terms of other streams and stuff, plans for this week, I don't know exactly what the rest of the week's schedule is going to look like because my dad's going to be here the next couple of nights, so I'm not sure exactly which other days I'll be streaming and exactly what I'll be streaming. Because since we're still in October, I'd like to do a little bit more horror game stuff for Spooky Month, so probably either Scooby-Doo or Clock Tower for that matter, because Scooby-Doo I think I can finish in one more stream, at most 2 more. And then Clock Tower I want to get through the Helen run, so that once I get through her run, I can do a lot of it off stream until I get down to the, like, end of everything, end of the challenge, so... I, for one, will not be blaming the security force for the heist of the gems. What are we talking about, that Louvre heist that just happened like a week ago? That, like, disappeared from the media almost instantly? It's an elite unit, how anyone got past him is almost beyond imagination. So, don't we all switch off from... Okay, I have no idea what he's even talking about. That sounds like that chat wasn't meant for me. Seems like that chat was probably meant for his shady business partners. Just saying, seems a bit questionable. $24, almost 25%. Come on, get that 25% real quick. Yep, there's 25%. Yeah, very big job, but not a ton of, like, actual individual objects, which is kind of nice. I'm also excited for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, because I can go look on the LEGO site and stuff like that, and see if they're actually doing any, like, decent deals on anything that I would actually want. Excited for that, and excited for Thanksgiving to be able to absolutely stuff my face with like 5 pounds of food. It's always a good meal, so can't wait for it. And I'll get to be home for it, which is good. Because we get Black Friday off this year, surprisingly, because I can't believe our CEO would be nice enough to actually do that. Very surprising. Then again, probably all the doctors were going to take that day off regardless, so he probably realized he was going to lose money by keeping the offices open. But he's not smart enough to realize the same thing for Christmas Eve, which is still absolutely bizarre. I'm just going to take that day off, though. Because we're not a hospital, and we're not an urgent care, so we really don't need to be open on Christmas Eve, in my opinion. About to hit 30%, I believe. I think we were there. Yep, 30%. Alrighty. And the interior's done. About the wheels down here. I do wonder if we could ever see, like, the idea of Zeppelin travel ever make any sort of a comeback compared to airplanes. Like, it's slower, but I'm pretty sure you get, like, way more space in them. Like, they can make it so there's way more space in them. So people can, like, travel pretty comfortably, even in, like, with cheap seats. And with that, it's also, obviously, you don't need any fuel for them. You just need, I guess it's either hydrogen or helium, whatever they use to inflate it with. Then again, one of those, I mean, yeah, there was the Hindenburg disaster, but come on, we're smarter than that now. We're not going to make that mistake again of whatever they use to fuel it. I do wonder if we could ever see that, though, because it could seem like a viable option if there was ever any sort of fuel shortage. Technically, you could extract hydrogen from water, couldn't you? If you really needed to, you should be able to extract hydrogen straight from water. If you really needed to. And presumably from salt water. And we have unlimited of that, pretty much. But it's probably not hydrogen they want to use. I think it's helium they're supposed to use. I don't know how that's produced, so I don't know what I'm talking about with any of this. Again, I was not very good at chemistry, so... That does make you wonder, like, could be an option someday. Chance to just, like, sit back and relax on a multi-day flight, but you actually have plenty of space for everyone. Doesn't sound too bad. It'd be like a nice sleeper train or something. Just going over the oceans. Because we have the sleeper trains here in the U.S., they're just not really anything I would probably want to take anywhere. Especially given they actually aren't that cheap here. Especially for those, like, better seats. Because I watch some of the YouTubers that do, like, travel across different things. Yeah, we have some rail lines here, but not really something I would want to take for any sort of really long-distance trip like that. How soon can you get to fumarole? Either this seized up cement mixer comes unstuck, or I do. Okay, so we have another sort of smaller job next. Okay. Cement mixing truck. Might be able to get through 2 more jobs tonight. Because this one's going along faster than I was kind of expecting it to, so... Cement truck should be fairly quick as well. I feel like I'm running out of things to talk about here, so that's a little awkward. Just can't really think of anything else at the moment. I guess, let's see. What am I watching on television right now? Nothing on cable, like I talked about earlier. But I'm watching a few different shows, like there's a new season of both Survivor and The Amazing Race, which I haven't watched any of it yet. I'm just going to binge them at some point. Survivor, at this point, has gotten so far away from, like, its original sort of premise that it was back in the early 2000s. I'll probably just end up watching, like, mostly the challenges and the tribal councils and a lot less focus on, like, the stuff in the camp and everything that's just the socializing. Because, for one, I have no social skills, for the most part. I'm very not good at socializing. But it's also really boring. And, like, yeah, it's an important part of the game and always has been, but it's become, like, the only focus of the game most of the time, compared to in the past, where there was a little more focus on the idea of, you know, actual survival, actually living in these harsh conditions. Amazing Race, to me, is definitely the better show. And if I was going to be on one of those shows, I'd much rather be on Amazing Race, but I am not in the kind of shape to be able to go on that kind of a thing right now, because you gotta be able to walk and run a pretty long way with a heavy backpack every day for like a month, so not quite there at the moment. Then there's watching Special Forces World's Toughest Test. That show's fairly interesting, actually, because it's like, they take a bunch of usually, like, washed-up type celebrities. Not always washed up, but just, like, celebrity types, sometimes washed-up ones. And put them through, like, a Spec Ops course, I guess. Like a Special Forces training regimen. And it's pretty entertaining, because they get humbled real quick a lot of the time. But it's at least pretty entertaining. They've had all sorts of celebrities on it. Like, they've had, like, one of the Baldwins was on one of the seasons. They had Cam Newton, old Panthers football player. They had JoJo Siwa last season, which was really, really weird, because she actually did really well. And, like, this season, they've got a few people I recognize, like Ravi Patel. I recognize him. He was on friggin' Lego Masters Jr., actually. He was on that one. They've got Jussie Smollett, which is apparently supposed to trigger some sort of conflict later on in the season. They've got a few other, like, former pro football players and stuff like that. It can be a fun time just to watch them get a little bit humbled. Actually having to do something difficult. And then Plathville, that one's done for the season, so I'm not quite done with the episodes of it yet. I don't know, that's one of those TLC train wreck shows that's so... that, like, you can't look away from it once you start watching. Alongside the Balin show, which, again, makes me feel like such a piece of shit for laughing so much at it, but it's so funny. Because that's the girl with Tourette's. But she has, like, really, really bad Tourette's, so she says, like, really, really bad stuff, and it's just hilarious, honestly. It's just stuff you're never expecting. Because, like, in one of the episodes so far this season, she was like, Joe Biden and JB do crystal meth in my basement. It was like, excuse me? You're really going to say that out loud on TV? Sure you are. That one got me. I was not expecting that one. Or that, like, she now enjoys punching her fiancé in the crotch, apparently. It's entertaining. It is. It probably shouldn't be as funny as it is, but it is. It makes me just feel like such an asshole for laughing at it. But at the same time, it's freaking hilarious. But that's about it. Like, otherwise, I mean, I don't really watch any, like, actual TV aside from, you know, sports stuff. And Live PD is another good one, or On Patrol Live as it's now known as. That's still a fun show, even though it's not... I don't think it's quite as good as it once was, but it's still a pretty fun show. Ooh, that nozzle actually might not be strong enough. I have to go with a yellow. Or we're just going to have to jump over. Indiana Jones flashbacks here. That's one we can do on Retro Achievements. The other Lego Indiana Jones, or no, we already did Lego Indiana Jones. Lego Batman, excuse me. That's a very good option for one at some point. Maybe other Lego games, we'll have to see. Lego Star Wars 2 is not going to happen because the achievement list for that is way harder than the Xbox achievement list, so that is not something that's going to happen. Complete Saga, maybe I would need to look into that one. That one would actually be pretty fun to do, because I've never come close to 100%ing the Complete Saga. Because unlike Skywalker Saga, it doesn't have much of a hub world. Like, there's stuff in the hub world, but it's very minimal. One thing I think we can all agree on is the statue's practically worthless now, so there's 0 point in the security force hanging around. Yeah, I think he's sending this to someone that it's not supposed to be sent to, a.e. me. I.e. myself. Tell you something else, I won't miss paying to get that darn statue cleaned every day. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not supposed to be texting us this. I think that's supposed to go to someone else. Unless there's a part of the plot that I don't remember, which is entirely possible at this point. 64%, almost 2/3 of the way through. I will take it. Oh, well. Okay, that's going to make things more difficult if we can fall off that easily, which is to be expected, but still. I wonder what the best way to go about this is going to be so we don't fall off, because there's still... Maybe we try to clean the sides first using the scaffolding. Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Yeah, try to clean the sides first with the scaffolding. And get this underside done as well. All the underside stuff done first, and then we climb up the sides. Yay, that's good for now. Get that little hatch as well. Still a little bit more on the outside up here, but I should have it. Any more undersides to clean? Yeah, there's a little bit more down here, but that's about it. Get that. Then, yep, that underside seems to be cleaned. Just the underside of the bigger one up there, so we'll worry about that later, though. That's not super important right now. Alright, let's start getting the upper part of the airship. 70%, not bad, though. Not bad. Not bad at all. Aw, it's a cat. How cute. In terms of, like, football stuff, I really kind of want to try to do a Clemson rebuild in College Football 26, even though I'm obviously not exactly good at that type of game. I think it'd be fun to do, and I would make a video out of it. It wouldn't be a stream series or anything like that at all. It would just be a video at some point. I've been watching, what's his name, Bordeaux, I think is his name, that does a bunch of, like, college football rebuilds, and they're pretty entertaining. So do one sort of along those lines, but do it long enough to actually make Clemson a really good team again. Because we're probably about to get our asses handed to us at a noon game for homecoming against Duke. Because that's how far we've fallen. And because Dabo just continuously says, oh, we're in such a good place right now, things are gonna be okay. Yeah, you make $11.5 million a year. We need more than okay for that. If you're the third highest paid coach in college football, we need a little bit more than okay. Then it's either, well, you can either pay me or I can just quit because you don't want me anymore because you're sick of winning, whatever the hell he said. I don't know. He just pisses me off now. Like, he was such a good guy, such a good man for a long time, and in the last few years, he's just deteriorated so far. Greed's gotten to him, unfortunately, I believe. Okay, can I get to that wing from here? I can, just barely, though. Can't get the whole thing, but I can get at least part of it. Alrighty. up to the top floor. I wish there was another extension to this nozzle, though, because I think this is as far as it goes. I don't think there's another one available to purchase, but it would be kind of nice if there was. Okay, so let's go on and jump over here, and we'll at least get these wings cleaned off, or these fins. I think these are fins. That's, I think, the terminology for them. There might have actually been... No, wait, that's one extension, so no, there wasn't a further extension, I don't think. And then we're probably still going to be outside of this, which might need a bit of a touch-up from a different angle, because that's kind of an awkward spot. Okay, that's clear. Oh, no, it's good. Okay, this one's at least done. And that could be a fun, just one-off random video to do. See what happens with it. And I can finally delete College Football 26 off my console once I do that. Because it's just hogging space. I need to grab a few more Platinums, though, because Powerwash is probably going to be number 900. Because it is such a relaxing game, and it was a great 700 Platinum that did really, really well as a video. It's one of my best Platinum Trophy videos I've done. So... probably would want to do it for that milestone. Means I need to get some of those other games clear, which I've got a few things on here, like Nubla 2 and Call to Sea, their shorter Platinums, Metamorphosis. Okay, I can at least get a few, like, non-shovelware, fairly quick Platinums at least. 80%, let's go. Park Warden. What are you doing hosing down an airship in the middle of my recreation grounds? It landed here, and he paid me. That's what matters. Don't splay any flex back onto the band... Oh, okay. Oh, is the bandstand near here? I didn't even see it. I guess that makes sense if it's in the same park, but... is it anywhere nearby? Oh, yeah, it sure is. Okay, fair enough. I understand why he said that now. Yeah, it's actually pretty close to here. And we fell off. Yep, that's about right. I wish you could have, like, a safety harness or something so you don't fall off. I mean, I would think that's something you'd be using in real life if you were climbing something like this. This could be a potentially dangerous job if there was such thing as fall damage in this universe. But thankfully there isn't. The whole side of it still needs a good cleaning. Yep, that'll work. Okay, we've got something. I don't think it was this, though. Yeah, there's still a little bit more down there. There's probably some more on the other side, too. That was a weird sound for it to make. Then anything else down? Nope, that's good. Alright, get the last wing here on the back, or fin, whatever you want to call it. Stabilizer, fin, flap, whatever the heck it is. Yeah, sometimes it makes really weird noises. Alright, we got that part cleared off. Looks a lot better. And there's a little bit down on the engine down there, so... see if we can get it from here, hopefully. Yep. We got it. Clear that full area as well. Just crack. And what's left up here? A little bit more on this wing. Still only at 83% though, so this job's starting to slow down a bit. So yeah, probably like one more job after this tonight. This is a long one, so it's turning out to be a longer one than I thought it was. So yeah, probably one more job after this tonight. This is a really short one after that concrete truck or whatever it is. And we'll need to get this area cleaned off, probably from the thing over there. I think they give you like a harness or something, because they give you that abseiler or whatever it's called for some missions. Like we had it for the billboard, and it would actually be really, really useful here. Maybe they did give it to us and it's just hidden somewhere and I didn't see it, but I haven't seen anything for it, so it would actually be quite useful on this. Get this hatch up top cleaned off. It's all part of... oh, no, it's not. It is a separate thing. Got it. Clean the undercarriage up to 89%. Be at 90 here in just a second. Ooh, and we're now getting the thing up there, so we're getting near the end of this one. Now it's showing me the final few objectives. So I was right that this one doesn't have necessarily like a ton of actual specific surfaces or specifically named things to clean, which is good. 91%, almost there. Get the nose con cleaned. Cone! Whatever! I hope I'm not the only one that knows that reference, or else I'm going to feel old. $93. Give me to 94 here in a second. Yep, 94. Can we get to 95 up here, or is that going to take a bit more climbing? Probably a bit of climbing is going to be required. 95, that's good. Just clean a nice little straight line along here. This thing is not clean yet. There is still more here. Okay, there it goes. Oh no, there is still something up here. Okay. So it says envelope something isn't cleaned yet. Top panel. Sometimes I think it just, like, thinks that there's dirt there when there really isn't, because I don't see anything here that could possibly qualify as dirt. Just on that particular area. Okay, the nose con is partially cleaned. Cone! Whatever! That was a classic episode of a classic show. Okay. Get that part cleaned. Inside cleaned. 96%, so I think we're going to be needing the scaffolding here in just a second to be moved over. Let's move the scaffolding on over again. Thankfully, there is no fall damage in this game, or else you'd be in serious trouble. With both this one and the first one, for that matter. Okay, that's cleaned. Ooh, there's still some down there, actually, that I didn't see. So we'll have to drop back down and get that later, because there is still a little bit more down there. We'll get it later, though. Let's get the outside of this first. Okay. It's cleaned. So there's still stuff down there. We'll get it later, though. That's not super critical from this area, so we can get whatever's on this part of the nose cone. Okay. Seems to be it for that area, so can I get out of this easily? Yes. Okay, that took more effort than it probably should have. Alright, let's go grab the ladder here. And let's clean off this area. It has not yet been fully cleaned off. Counting for something. The interior of the railing is something, so let's get it. Sure, this railing is its own object, so the interior of it. Alrighty, so that's cleaned, and then what about out here? Yep, up top there's still stuff, so... Okay, so that water doesn't seem to reach correctly there. At all, so that's kind of weird. Alright, that's good. And that's good. And this door apparently still has something left in it that needs to be cleaned. this handle does. Yep, handle's good now. Is that the hatch? No, that's something else. Okay. That's a ding. A light's done. Got it, got it. Alright, now for this area, which is perfect because we have the thing built right here. So, well, we're going to have to drop down on it a bit, but that's fine. %. Let's go. We're almost done. Only a couple things up on the nose cone, and that's probably about it aside from this giant panel right here. Yep, 99%. We better go return that cat soon if we don't want to get sued, because it seems like that's going to be a potential thing that can happen. Okay, we got that. There's a little bit more stuff up in the nose. Okay, and only 3 things left. Let's go. 2 things left. Envelope top panel and nose panel. Just the top panel, so we're going to be good here. But like I said, we got time for one more job for sure. It's only 11:30, so we got time for one more sort of shorter job anyway. I don't know where it thinks there's still dirt at, because hitting the button, I'm not seeing anything here that resembles dirt. Oh, maybe right there. There's one little spot of it, but that's not enough. Yeah, what else does it want me to clean? I don't see any other dirt specks here. I can cover it all in soap if we need to, but I have to do that unless it's absolutely required. We'll cover parts of it in soap and just see what happens. Yeah, it's not locking on to anything, so I'm not entirely sure where this is. A few little tiny spots, but I don't think they're big enough for this to count. Yeah, I don't think those spots are big enough for this, so where am I missing something? Maybe along the cracks? There it is! Okay, so that was a little bit tougher than I expected. Most of the job was easy, but that little part right there was a little bit more difficult, but that's fine. That is fine. Alright. Don't think I've forgotten about my cat. You'll be hearing from my lawyers. I mean, you should be happy that I'm doing so much work for this community for so cheap. I don't think most power washers run this cheap. At least not for jobs this big. Okay, what is our next job? So we've already cleared like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we've cleared like 14 jobs. I think we're over a third of the way through the... I think we're about a third of the way through the game. Maybe a little bit more. Cement mixer. I don't think that one has a trophy tied to it, but let me just double check. Nope, it does not. This should be a rather short one, so let's get rolling. Should be able to knock this one out in a few minutes. And if the next one's not super long, we can at least get started on it. I like that they break up these long, tedious jobs with shorter ones. Call from an agency asking to get yourself to a mine at Mount Rushless. That's weird. Yeah, that's a little bit weird. Don't be judgy, Mr. McFrownerson. Miners need haircuts too. I am a little confused as to that whole dialogue exchange, but whatever. Sure. Whatever you think. Ooh, yeah, so this is going to need some soap on it, isn't it? Let's get some soap on this. That's going to be a lot better that way. This is not going to clean all that well without it, so... We got a lot of glass, a lot of rust. Yeah, we got a lot of glass, a lot of rust, so... Use the soap as much as needed. Yep, glass looks a lot better with that. And we're getting a comment. Right out here, all excited at the possibilities when you arrive, they immediately pop a hard hat on you. Yeah, because it's like a construction site, isn't it? And takes place in California. Extremely rude, but also you realize how long it took to get your pompadour looking like this. I mean, this is California. They're literally about to start forcing 16-year-olds to sit in a car seat, like a booster seat if they aren't big enough. Like, that's actually a thing that's going to happen in California. I think this takes place in a fictional California county. So that ain't exactly out of the realm of possibility. %. Phoned your agency guy and he explains he booked the wrong lummox. Is this person even supposed to be messaging me? Fantastic, now what? Dude, I have no idea. I am here to clean a cement mixer, and that is it. I have no other reason to be here. We're cleaning off a cement mixer. We're only 36% of the way through, which is sad. I thought we'd be a little bit further along by now. It's a lot of rust, though. Yeah, I wonder when we get our next miscellaneous trophy, because there are a couple more tied to cleaning entire jobs in a specific way, but we don't necessarily have those ways yet, so once we get them, we'll be able to knock those out pretty easily. I am definitely going to need to use more of the spray on this location. Yeah, that's a lot of rust, so definitely going to need more of the soap. Okay, let's see what we can get from that. That was a good cleansing, so see if we can get some good completion out of it. Make the fuel tank look a lot better, or whatever that is. I can also turn on the drum if needed, but I mean, I think we'll need to here in a second, but it's not super important right now. I guess we might as well, actually, because we're gonna have to anyway. We can at any given time, and it'll keep coming back around, so everything we can get here is good. It's progress. 50%, let's go. What's he gonna say next? Improvise, he says that 93% of any job is one big confidence trick. That's probably true in the acting world to some degree. You have to be confident more than anything else. Fandango before he could walk, so confidence is one thing you do have. Okay, well then why are you bitching to me about it? This is not my job to care about your job. My job is to wash things. Okay, the tires are good at least, so... those tires are. That whole thing cleaned. That off the platform. We're going to get to 60% with that, potentially. Hopefully 60% with that. Yep. So what's his next comment going to be? Cobble together a pop-up hairdressing salon. Treat all the guys and girls to a spanking new angle. You should have seen them after a deep conditioning. I feel like none of this is related to my job, so... like leaping lambs on a spring morning. I've never heard that phrase before. Right, over 60%, so clean off the undercarriage of this. Get the tires, the wheel. I think most people in this world are just going to be paying for their vehicle to run again, even if it's a little bit rusty. I don't think they're going to care that much about every single speck of dirt being cleaned. Especially with this being a cement truck. Like, they can't care that much about how it looks. Carrying cement. It doesn't do anything else. It just carries cement. And we're going to need some soap. That's fine. 71, okay, over 70 now. This one is taking longer than I thought it would. It's so rusty. Alright, let's get that cleaned on up with the soap. Spray it all over everything on this side right now, and hopefully... Yeah, I do like the way the soap works in this game overall. Like, it's not as effective as it was in the first game, but it does, you know, help a lot. And it stays only where the dirt is, which is kind of nice, so... Makes it easy to tell where the dirt is. Clean the little tank. Tank's good. Oh, it's still only 74%. And cover everything in it. It's all just now randomly wiped. It's kind of funny cleaning off the soap. It looks very different. Remember the soap in the first game? Yeah, because like you were so limited on the use because you had to buy it if you wanted to use more of it, which was kind of silly. Which, I mean, yeah, you could make a lot of money in that game from all the jobs, especially the DLC ones and stuff, but it's like having to buy it every single time. I guess they wanted to go for realism in a game about simulating power washing. They wanted to go about realism, I guess, is my... I mean, that's what I assume they were trying to do. Okay, lots of stuff is dinging right there, so... Whereas with this one, it is infinite, but it doesn't clean as well. Because in the first game, it was usually, like, almost close to being, like, an automatic get clean for free card. So it was, like, almost, like, automatically just cleans the area for you. To 80%. Fortunately, though, we got a bit carried away and left one of the mixers running the cement dried, hence you're here. Okay. I guess they're explaining the story behind this job. You didn't fix the sitch, they dock your pay for a year. Well then, I should be able to extort you for far more money than whenever being paid normally. Extortion is fun. It might be illegal, but it's fun, I'm sure. Cover the rest of the roof. Cover this little tank back there. Yeah, get all of this covered in the stuff. Yeah, I do like it sticking to things, though. It didn't do that in the first game. You just sprayed it, and it would just sort of be like a Mr. Clean magic eraser on a lot of things. Okay, the ladder at the back still needs some. Still needs quite a bit. Get the mixing area back here. 2%. Alright, there should be some right here. 83. Get it up to 84 here in a second. The drum is pretty close to being clean. It needs a little bit more, but it's pretty close at this point. See if we can get up to 85 here. Well, we cleaned something. Hopefully the short nozzle works. Yep, that's working pretty well. That little thing cleaned out. Get the platform cleared. 85%. 86. Get the rest of the mixing area cleaned up. Get the ladder as well. The ladder's not very clean. Little thing down there. Turn off the cement drum. I'm pretty sure it is stopped right now, isn't it? Some jobs are annoying with the little nooks and crannies. You have to get the last bit of dirt. Oh, yeah. And this game, it still has it, but it's not as, I would say, aggressive, if that makes any sense. Like, normally with this game, you're allowed to miss a little bit more than you were in the first game. Let's turn off the cement drum and get this little upper area up here, see if we can clean the rest of it. Alright, this is probably going to be the last job of the night because it's starting to get late, so finish this one. It'll be the last one we do today. Let's start using soap again because it just doesn't seem to clean that well without it. Alright, see what we can get with that. Even really help that much? That helps though, that step stool does. Okay, that's clean. Okay. Now, what down here do we still need? The interiors of these things. 93. Get the undersides here. 94, so we're getting close. We're getting close, but yeah, like I said, this will probably be the last job of the night. So I don't know exactly what the schedule is going to look like. Hopefully stream several of the next few days, but I don't know exactly when or exactly what. Probably going to go back on retro achievements for a couple of days. and just play old spooky games. So like Once Room of Clock Tower, Once Room of Scooby-Doo, and maybe actually get through Scooby-Doo, because I mean progress is coming along in that game. It's really just like a couple more levels until we get the next invention and beat Redbeard, and then after that it's just like beat the rest of the game and then the 100%ing stuff. Once we get all the inventions, which isn't too hard. Now that I have some idea of where certain items are going to be at. It's been fun going back and doing a bit of a redemption in that game after how badly I crashed out on the original version of the game. Okay. This underside. Okay, we're actually starting to see things show up at 97%, so that's good. Get the underside here yet again. Okay, got that. In this area. It's mostly now on the other side. Okay, that's clean. And then we got this platform here, needs just a little bit more. The drum only needs a little bit more. Clean that little rod thingy right there. Yep. This area. Get the railing. We're at 98%. This whole area still needs a bunch of cleaning somehow. Okay, lots and lots of dings going off. I like that. Let's just soap it up a little bit. That'll probably make things a little bit easier. Okay. Alright, 99%. That's good. And this appears to be some of the last few things we need to clean. Step ladder wants to work. That'd be great. Okay, soap it up, because that seems to be the theme of this job, is using soap. That little interior part cleaned up. And then get that little area up there. Come on now, there we go. It's still at 99% somehow. Still not even on the last few objectives. Okay, there's the drum done, so that's good. Okay, that's good. Getting all those little dings, but doesn't seem to be clearing anything officially, so... Ladder's good. Now it's saying this platform. Got it. Okay, nothing else is flashing right there. This thing. Okay. Then this, yep, this thing. There we go. Get the back of the cab. Perfect. Trying to figure out how there are still multiple things left that need to be cleaned on this, because I feel like I cleaned it pretty well. Okay, front grille. Get this little bear guy, get that little symbol right there. Okay, we're down to the last three. There we go. Almost done. Which is good. I'm getting tired, so not ready for bed. Just the door guards left. Ooh, the underside needed a bit of scrubbing. Alright. Is this Jet and Flow Angels? I need a hand flipping my farmhouse. Ooh, yeah, that's a long job to do next. So I think we'll be doing that one next time, most likely. If that's the only one available. There might be another one available too, but... Alrighty then. Cleaning its up was outstanding. Please don't speak of any of this to anyone ever. Okay, then. So there are questions going on with the lore and the story here that we're not entirely sure about. So what's the next job? The farm. Let me see if there's any trophies tied to that. I don't think there are, though. Yeah, surprisingly nothing for the farm either, so... what can we purchase? Got $2,000, so... Not enough, though, for the next washer. Guess we're just gonna have to keep saving up, because we really need a heavy duty. It'll make life a lot easier if we do. Washer cosmetics... Nothing there still, so I don't know what's going on with that. We can use our PP to buy certain items, but those aren't really important right now. Well, let's at least get started on the next job. We're not going to finish it tonight, though. We're going to at least start it for a short time and see what happens. Maybe another 10 minutes. Oh boy, yep, this is a long one. That is a big-ass facility to clean, so... Oh yeah, we're not even 1% of the way there, so this is not going to be a quick one. This is going to be a rather long job. What's our first bit of story lore? I don't know if you've heard all the gerrymandering our friendly mayor has been doing. Can you even gerrymander at a local level at that point? Like, to that level? Just change over the town boundaries so our little farm's in Pumpton now and not Muckingham. So he puts your farm in another city. I don't think that's how it works with redistricting like an actual city or a town. I don't think it works exactly like that. I think it's a little more complicated than that. Versus drawing congressional boundaries. So how topical, given that that's like a hot point of conversation these days, so I don't know if they predicted it or wrote that in toward the end of the game development cycle. Either option is certainly a possibility. Oh, come on, this front wall should be good, right? Oh, we gotta complete something here. Yep, there we go. And we're just gonna clean in a few rows side to side. So as we do this, I'm probably going to call it a night here in just a second, because this job is not even related to any trophies, so I might as well do this one heavily off-stream. So thank you guys for watching tonight. If you enjoyed, I hope you'll leave a like and subscribe, ring the bell, hype the video, whatever the hell that means. Plans for the rest of the week are a little bit up in the air. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Like I've said before, possibly something along the lines of like Clock Tower one day and Scooby-Doo the other. Of like a couple of streams. I don't know exactly which days it's going to be either. So like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think at least 2 of those are going to have streams. And probably are both going to be Retro Achievements horror games, so do keep that in mind if you plan out your life at all related to my streaming. I'm assuming most of you don't, but just in case you do. So yeah, most likely going to end up being like 2 out of the next 4 days we stream games, and they'll probably be Retro Achievement stuff. Because Scooby-Doo, again, we're pretty close to being done. Well, not really even close to being done, but we can probably get through it in 1, at most 2 more streams. Whereas with Clock Tower, that one's going to take a lot longer, and it's going to be something that I do heavily off-stream because, frankly, I don't think you guys are going to want to watch me suffer through, like, 10 different playthroughs of that game. With how, like, janky it is and everything, so that's the current plan. If there are any changes to that, or if anyone has any major objections to it, definitely let me know in the comments. But we'll be back on Powerwash in the very near future. As I work on cleaning this barn, I'll do it, probably, like I said, I'll probably finish close to 99% of this myself, just because it's not really important for the video. So yeah, I will see you guys back here 2 of the next 4 days, most likely, so see you guys then.